Hey everyone, make sure to tune in tomorrow at Power 98.5 Satellite Radio, where I'll be live chatting with acclaimed radio personality Stephen Cuoco about my new Christmas movie, The Christmas House 2, which airs on Hallmark this weekend, and we'll be chatting about a lot more fun stuff. See you then.
Hey everybody, this is Nick Mayhew, 3-time gold medalist and 3-time world record holder, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
I truly, truly love my listeners. I love my team. Let me tell you something. When you want to be the best, you've got to work with the best. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties before starting, but what I want to emphasize is that teamwork, and working with the right people makes all the difference. We have joining us today live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from here and all around the world. You are live on air with Stephen Cuoco, and we have today actor Brad Harder, best known, debuting this week. We're going to be talking about all things Christmas and The Christmas House 2, Deck the Halls, premiering on Hallmark. Brad, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Stephen.
You deserve it. You're very complimenting. We had to hang up, get back online, hang up, get back online. But you know what? You were like excellent. Like your experience in film played out very well under these circumstances.
Hey, technical difficulties is all part of it.
It truly
and
is.
especially in this business, we encounter that all the time. On top of which, before I was a full-time actor, I worked as a service technician, working with technology. So I 100% can empathize with when you go through these kind of things.
Mm-hmm. Well, take us into premiering this Saturday, December 18th. You've got a new film, The Christmas House 2, Deck Those Halls. Tell us all about it.
I do. Last year was a new film that Hallmark premiered called The Christmas House 1, which I play a character, Jake, opposite Jonathan Bennett, who is Brandon, and we are a married couple. With us in the rest of the family is Robert Buckley and Anna Aurora. Robert actually wrote The Christmas House, and this is kind of loosely inspired from his family growing up. And our parents are incredible actors, Treat Williams and Sharon Moritz. It's amazing to be in a room with all six of us, let me tell you.
Were you weren't in the first one, were you?
I sure was, yeah.
You were in the first one. I'm going to honestly say I did not see the first one yet. I want to give a big shout out to Marcos Papadopoulos over at Digital Journal for setting this up. It's the first time, I'm not going to lie, it's the first time hearing about the film, not just the second one for obvious reasons. It's going to be premiering and debuting on Saturday, December 18th at 8, but that there was even a first one.
Yeah, it was incredibly exciting to be part of this story for Hallmark. It's the first time where a leading couple is an LGBTQ married couple. And so it was and is such a big deal to have this type of representation for Hallmark holiday films.
And it's very LGBT friendly. Like, this isn't the first film on Hallmark, correct?
Well, ours was last year. Yes, we kind of kicked that off. In fact, the movie that we did last year was nominated by GLAAD for Best TV Movie. And last week we just found out that the coats that Jonathan and I were wearing when we did the scene of the first kiss on Hallmark, those are in the Smithsonian archives in the LGBTQ section. So it's a pretty phenomenal and honoring. It's such an honor to play this character.
There's a video here on your IMDb that was just sent to me. The Christmas, I believe this is maybe, is this the first one? Because
yes.
So this would be the first one.
That's right. You can tell the difference of which one is the first one. I was smooth, clean shaven, and this one, I'm a dad of two, and I've just lost it all, so I have a beard.
I want to go ahead and play this clip from the first one. Want to go ahead and take a listen with me?
Sounds great.
All right, here we go. So this is the first one. We're going to play a clip from Brad's IMDb, The Christmas House.
No updates yet. Has anyone ever actually died from suspense?
You sure you don't want to tell your family yet? I mean, we're about to be in close quarters with them for the next couple weeks. It might be hard to keep this a secret.
Look, adoptions fall through all the time. It's hard enough for us during this process. I don't want to get their hopes up till we're at the finish line.
You're out of order.
Are your parents actually going to put on more Christmas lights than this?
Yes.
I mean, I love twinkly lights, but is there such a thing as too many?
Don't let my parents hear you say that.
This time next year, we're going to be decorating as a family of 3.
I hope so.
I can't wait. Did you hear from the agency today?
If I had, don't you think I would have said something?
It was just a question.
I'm sorry. All I've been thinking about is whether the adoption will go through, and on top of that, I'm out there to oversee the bakery renovation. It's nice being here, but the timing isn't great.
It's so good that we're here. We need some time together, away from work stress and adoption stress, and this is just gonna give us so many great memories and inspiration for when we celebrate Christmas with our kids.
Do you think we'll decorate like this when we have kids?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Really?
We're having a baby.
Our adoption finalized today. We've been close before, but that little boy's coming home.
Yeah. We're grandparents.
We'll have to baby-proof a new house.
Now who's your favorite son, huh? The one who's leaving you on Christmas or the one who's giving you a grandchild?
You!
It's me,
And you know what's beautiful about that, Brad? You know what it's like to be a dad because you are a dad yourself.
I sure am. Yeah, it's not all the time that we get to play a character where art imitates life so closely, but in this one, it was just, it's really powerful. We had our children through surrogacy, and there's so many similarities of just waiting and hoping, and so many different obstacles to jump through, as I'm sure so many people experience with not just LGBTQ couples, but people that go through infertility and all sorts of trouble to get pregnant. And it was just such an honor to play that character because I knew it all too well.
And that's what makes it all the difference. So do you find it to be very different from the Christmas House 1 to Christmas House 2, understanding what it means to be a parent? what goes into being a parent. How much of your reality was brought into this film through that character?
Quite a lot, honestly. My son in the first Christmas House, we used my son as the baby that we adopted in the film. So that was super special as well. So I had a bit of experience. My son was a year and a half at the time. So I've been down this road a little bit. And since the second one, since filming the second one, we've had a second child as well, just exactly like in the film where Jake and Brandon have adopted a second child. And it's very different from 1 to 2. As I'm sure you can imagine, I used to think with one, I had no spare time. Now I realize how much spare time I in fact had. So it's been really eye-opening. The difference between the two, like in filming them, as we're an ensemble cast and none of us knew each other. It was, the first one was very sweet and wonderful, and we all had such a great time, all kind of after having been locked up in our homes due to COVID for so long, that this was like the first project that we're kind of out, all of us were out the door on. And so we were just so thrilled to see people and get to hang out and get to know people and to tell the story on top of everything else. So to come back a year later and to get to continue this family and this story, it was just like coming home. And we just took off without skipping a beat. We in fact had a group message the entire time we were filming the first one that never stopped until, that has never stopped. We're still always communicating on it.
How true is it that, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's great. It's just, sometimes you go on sets and, you play a character, and then when the show's over, that's that. And it's been a wonderful experience. But this is truly, maybe because of the dynamic of this family and just how special the story is, we have just become something more than just a group of actors, where it really does feel like family.
And how true is it that after having your first child, the second one is easier? Oh, yeah. It's in terms of my experience as a parent, so much easier. There's a lot of things, you've been down the road before. So a lot of the small stuff, you don't sweat it as hard. And you just kind of are all, observing a lot more and just enjoying those moments. For my husband Graham and I, we wanted to have 2 kids. Like that's kind of the family we envisioned. And so when Tegan, our daughter, was born, we just really wanted to savor as much as we possibly could, because once she's out of this age, we're going to be done with babies and newborns, and that time is so wonderful. Newborns isn't for everyone, but it certainly is for me, and I just love it. I mean, the schedule with feeding is insane, but they're just so wonderful and cuddly, and they smell so great, and they just sleep, cuddle with you, and eat. That's it. And take a lot of craps, but and the second with the second one as well, our kids are 22 months apart, and our son Kale, he is so busy that half the time we're just running after him as well. So the second one is way easier, literally because you're running after the first one still. So that's been our experience. Well, I'm looking forward to tuning in this Saturday at 8, Hallmark Channel, to watch The Christmas House 2, Deck the Halls, especially since having the opportunity to interview you, Brad. It's going to be such a privilege to take from what I saw on the first preview of The Christmas House, the first film, interviewing you, having had the opportunity to chat with you, leading up to this point. I'm impressed. And I believe that there could be more Christmas House series because you can get into teenage years, you can get into adult life. I don't feel that they could stop at two, that they can go on with a couple more.
If the Mitchells stick around Hallmark for a while, I'm going to be happy about it. Jonathan Bennett always calls us the Griswolds of Hallmark, and I love that because that really epitomizes who we are. The second one, with filming the second one, which was so fun, is because we knew the dynamic of everyone, all we're doing on set is having fun, teasing each other, but it also made everything so much, it got so much deeper, and the stories that we told were a lot further below the surface than was maybe like the first one is wonderful and told a wonderful story. But in the second one, we were able to have some conversations that so many couples go through. Whether it be couples that come from, that are divorced, Rob and Anna kind of have to figure out that dynamic. And in this one, what really resonated for me is the pressure that LGBTQ people and couples have. There is one kind of thing that Jonathan says that when I first read it in the script, I was like, oh man, I think this all the time. And that's something I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to be the best we can possibly be, because we always feel like we can be nothing else. We have to excel at everything to be given a chance. And that's something that just was so powerful and resonated with me. So we get kind of into some of those topics and just kind of get into, when couples have been together for a while, that get into. But then also the humor in the second one is just, it's really, really funny. Because we've had these deeper conversations, it almost creates the liberty of of being bigger and being funnier. And I think the fans are really going to enjoy it.
I totally agree. Marcos was calling in again. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on.
Please leave your...
Okay, so he just texted me saying I butt dialed you. All right. I thought he had... He wanted me to give you his love, too, so...
Wonderful. Hey, Mark.
I butt dialed you. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go and listen to a quick clip to The Christmas House 2, Deck the Halls, which premieres December 18th, this Saturday at 8, with one of the main stars of the film of both 1 and 2, Brad Harder. So let's go ahead and take a listen. We're going to play this clip. It's going to be the first time I'm watching it, the first time I'm going to watch it and listen with you, Brad. And then if there's anything additional you would like to add to this, your experience overall of any little drops or something you can give, or maybe, we need to just wait until Saturday, I'm leaving that up to you. So here we go.
You know that show, Deck Those Halls?
Yeah?
They want Mike to do it this year.
What's better than one Christmas house?
We're not doing a brother off on live television.
Two brothers competing for the best Christmas house.
No fraternizing with the enemy!
Dad, step away from the hedge.
This is supposed to be fun.
Promise me, if you don't win this thing, you don't let it ruin Christmas.
Is there any more romantic time than the holidays?
The Christmas House 2. Deck Those Halls. Only on Hallmark.
Love it. This is fun. This is really fun.
It's very fun. And we just had a great time filming it and telling this story. I don't want to give any more away. I think, you're going to love it when you watch it. And, enjoy it.
Who would you like to give a shout out to, Brad?
Oh, this is a shout out to Jonathan Bennett. I had such a wonderful time in both films playing his opposite. We got along immediately. We connected, and our husbands have communicated, and where one can fill in for each other kind of thing. When we're on set for 3 weeks, we have been, and it's been so fun. He just brings his best in everything to set and to every scene. And so that has just made it the most fun dynamic and the best scene partner that I could have on set. So that's a shout out to Jonathan.
And where would be the best place for anyone to go to connect with you, to show support, to really dive into your world and to find out everything about Brad Harder?
I'm on Instagram, so you can find me there. I think my handle is Brad Harder Airchuck. But if you just type in Brad Harder, I will pop up. And I'm there.
Brad,
say hi.
Yeah, you know what? This has been a big hello. Stay on the line. You're gonna close out with me, and then we'll get off live on air and have a little bit of a chat. And I want to thank you for being a guest today on Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. Tune in this Saturday, December 18th at 8 p.m. to catch the one, the only Mr. Superstar, actor extraordinaire, my friend Brad Harder. Congratulations on both of these films.
Thank you so much, Stephen, and thank you so much for having me on Power 98.5.
You're welcome. And last question, any upcoming projects? Anything, spicy?
I just finished wrapping up a new show for Hallmark. It's a new movie series that hasn't been announced, so I can't say anything. So that will be coming out in the either late winter or early spring, and there will be a few more stories in that series coming down the pipe.
Well, I respect those NDAs, what you can share and not share, but that is good enough for me, and I'm sure for everyone else to know that we're going to find more content for the new year where you're going to be in. And definitely keep us abreast of what's going on with you and your partner and your babies, your kids. Adorable, absolutely adorable. And, thank you for being with us today. And it's really a super honor to have you here. And I cannot wait for this Saturday, December 18th at 8 p.m. to watch your new film, Christmas House, Christmas House 2, Deck Those Halls.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Stephen. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you to everyone for tuning in today. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. It's been a great early evening. I want to give a big shout out to Brad Harder and Marcos Papadatos for setting this up. Truly, truly is a wonderful opportunity this Saturday, December 18th. Tune in, Hallmark Channel, to watch the full exclusive launch of the Christmas House 2, Deck Those Halls. Chat soon.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.